Hey guys, this is Jack from teachingeslonline.com. Welcome. If you are new here, I'm an online teacher, and this video is going to be a little bit negative. I'm going to talk about the downside of teaching online, of starting your own online teaching business, of working online in general. And I've been thinking about doing this for a while, but today's the perfect day because I feel overwhelmed by things. I feel a little bit run down. It's one of those days where I feel I could really open up about the dark side of this, like the negative aspects of having your own teaching business. On that note, if you want to become an online English teacher, then check out the description. I'll have a couple of links for you where you can firstly take a free mini course where you'll learn about the overall aspect of teaching online. And then if you want to get the premium resources, join the Teach English online course. But maybe after watching this video, you might not be as pumped to do it. But, we're just going to explore this a little bit. I made a note of a few things when it comes to the dark side of teaching online and having your own business. And just to give you context, if you don't know my whole story, I've been teaching online since 2011 and full time. I've had my own business since then. Good to see so many people joining live. I'll say hi to Hanny, Mike and English with me. I haven't seen you for a while. It's been a while. But yeah, the dark side to teach online. Okay, so again, if you don't know who I am, I've been teaching online for many years now. I started with one-to-one lessons, then I got into group courses, and I got into other things as well. And now I sell pre-recorded courses. So that's what I do. And I've had this teaching business since January 2011. It's been going great. It's been going really well. But, however, certain things that aren't too great when it comes to teaching online. First thing, it's not a steady income. You can't rely on your income, okay? So, for example, you might have a good month and you think, oh great, so I've got 20 students now, everything's going well. But then suddenly 2 students who take 2 lessons a week say, I'm going to have to stop lessons for next week. Maybe for a few weeks because blah, 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 blah. And then suddenly you're thinking, okay, well, I've got 16 lessons a week, and then someone else cancels. And then you start to panic a little bit. And then you get your calculator out and start doing some math. And you think, okay, well, this is what I'm going to earn this month. And this can be it can make you feel apprehensive, especially like when you're out and about and you get that message and maybe it's a Friday afternoon, you're feeling good, and then you get those kind of messages. So it's that uncertainty when it comes to income, where things can go wrong, people can cancel lessons, etc. The other thing is, Hanny, we'll save questions for later. The other thing is, on this kind of what we're talking about is things can go wrong. Not just about the uncertainty with income, but big things can go wrong. I'll give you a couple of examples in my case. One big one is your website goes down. So you have your teaching website and it goes down. Another one might be PayPal. PayPal will cancel your account for no reason. I don't know if that's happened to anyone, but that used to happen in the past. Or in my case, in April 2012, a new Google update happened and my search results, my ranking of my website just completely tanked overnight. It went from like 500 visits a day to about 40 visits a day, just like that, overnight. And I was thinking, what am I going to do? So that's one of those things where, things can go wrong. Another thing is, when you put yourself out there, it attracts certain people who like to attack you or, troll you or leave very negative comments, leave nasty comments. And the bigger you get, the more of this, happens. This happens a lot. If you have a YouTube channel or anything that's, kind of popular, you'll get certain kind of comments. On Facebook, you'll get certain kind of comments. And I'm getting a lot of these at the moment because I'm advertising. And at first, it can be kind of like, oh my goodness, it can really shake you up. If someone criticizes the way you speak, the way you teach, criticizes you in general, it can be, kind of harsh. And you know that people online, on Twitter, on social media, are a lot harsher than they would be in real life. So that can really affect you as well. Another thing is, your private life can start to become a little bit public too. So if you don't want to share a lot of things about yourself, there are ways to avoid that. But it's kind of funny. I'm used to this now, but sometimes like you mention something in a video and then someone asks you a question, especially when it comes to children and family, people asking you questions about stuff like that, it can be a little bit too much at times. The other thing is like flexible time. So this can be seen as a positive, it can be seen as a negative, okay? Because when it comes to flexible time, you might want to work, you might want to do stuff, you're thinking like, this is what I need to do right now. But then what happens is people know you're on a flexible schedule, so it's easy just to, take that time off, to be able to just step away from what you're doing, because people know that you have that flexible schedule. And if you're not really strict with it, then you can find yourself getting out of work, just not working, because, things happen. And this has been the case for me in the last 3 months, where we bought a house, we had to get the loan, which was a right pain, get contractors over, we had to pack up the house, move house, we went on a quick vacation, lots of things were going on. My son was off school, and if I had a normal job, I wouldn't have been able to just take that time off. But because you got a flexible schedule, it's very easy just to step away and do that. Other things, like just little things, I've made a note here which says like hard to get things right first time. So let's say that you're thinking about offering lessons, and you're doing your marketing, you set up some kind of marketing campaign, and then you put that in place, but no one bites, nothing happens, no one signs up for a lesson, and you think, oh God, is this worth it? Like, what am I going to do with this? It's just, what am I going to do next? And this happens all the time. I mean, it happens on different scales, because even now with me, like, I'm getting about an order a day for my Fluency program, which is great. But if I've not had an order for a couple of days and I send out an offer to my email list and no one buys, I'm thinking, what's going wrong? And it's very easy when that happens to just spiral into that mindset where you're thinking, this is just, nothing's going to work. This is it. It's over. It's very easy to get into that feeling. And especially if there's pressure on you to get this right financially, then that can be a big problem. So those are some of the things that I made a note of with the dark side of teaching online. But the bottom line is this: you have control over every aspect of this. So let's just say, 4 people cancel lessons for next week. You're in control in the sense that you can go out there and do stuff to bring more students in. You're in control to be able to raise your prices. If there's a student you don't like teaching, you're in control. You can get rid of that student and find someone else. When things go wrong, again, you're in control because you can fix them. It's something you can fix. So, for example, when my Google rankings just tanked, I wallowed for a few hours. I was in shock, and then I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. And then I thought, okay, what am I going to do moving forward? And that's when I started to use social media. That's when I started to do other things as well, instead of just relying on Google Analytics. So it's kind of a blessing in disguise in a way. When it comes to, trolls, this is something you get used to. Like negative comments, people being nasty, it's something you'll get used to as well. So even though there's a lot of downside to it, in terms of, we've all felt this can just be switched in a very simple way by saying, okay, well, I'm in control. I can change this. I can completely change it. And that's what I've been doing. Like, for example, I was like a little bit down on my fluency course in like February and March. I was thinking it's doing all right, but I could do much better. And I was like, all right then, let's come up with a plan. I'm in control of this. And sales since then have been really good, really good. And I'm in control now to say, how can I take it to the next level? How can I double sales again? And then again, and keep doubling. Because we're in control of this. It's the same like Facebook advertising. It was working okay. Then I thought, okay, I can make this much better. And you're in control of that. So a lot of this is like the way you frame it. Do you see a flexible schedule as a positive or a negative thing? Do you see, go back to my list, things going wrong as, oh no, the world is ending, or, well, how can I deal with this and make things better? Things when it comes to uncertainty, it's like, well, what can you do to make sure you take away that uncertainty so that you're in control and that you're the one that's driving this, not waiting for something externally to happen, but instead you're like taking control of it and doing what you need to do in order to really push things on. So that's what I wanted to share today. Hopefully you have found this useful. If you have, please like it and share it. And with all that in mind, if you do want to become an online teacher, or if you already are and you want to really boost things, check out the Teach English online course. It's a fantastic course. People love it. The community is great. There's stuff there for if you're just beginning. There's stuff there if you want students right now. There's a tutorial if you want to build things up generally over time. There's like email marketing tutorials where I show you exactly how I set up my sales funnels. It's just like so much there for you. So check it out, teachenglishonlinecourse.com. teachenglishonlinecourse.com. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.